Hey guys, Homestead Dad. You can probably see that white stuff falling. Yeah, it's snowing here. We've probably gotten, I don't know, 3 inches of snow. We're supposed to get somewhere between 1 and 3 or 2 and 4. So I think we've gotten it. It's not that much snow, but it's in March. And by this time, a lot of times they've blown their budget for salting the roads and stuff. So I don't know. We had 50s and 60s in the mid of February, and now we're getting 20s and teens with snow in mid-March. I have to say, I don't like it. I wanted to give you guys a quick recap of the whole storm and power outage because I don't know about you, but it was a little bit confusing for me. I even lost track of days and stuff like that. So, Wednesday, we knew there was a forecast for high winds. And like I said, when I know there's a chance that the power is going to be out because of the storm or something like that, I will do everything I can to prepare for that. So I'll put out, like pitchers of drinking water. I put out buckets of water for flushing the toilet because we're on a well, and if we lose power, we lose water. So we made it through that whole day not having lost power. I kind of thought we were in the clear. We're typically one of the first ones to lose power because we are the absolute last house on this line of power. We typically don't lose power for very long, but with this storm, I think there's almost 1 million people without power in the Metro Detroit area. So that's a lot of people without power, and that's a lot of lines to fix. So Thursday, we were going about our regular Thursday, and just before dinner, the power went out. And in my mind, I thought, okay, no big deal. They're probably fixing something. It'll be back on shortly. That was not the case. It continued to stay off. And when I went on DTE's website, Detroit Edison's website, it said power could be back on Sunday night. And this was Thursday. So with a recently pregnant wife and a new baby, and some small children, we decided, okay, we need to come up with a plan quickly because, we don't want it to end up being 10 o'clock and cold and now trying to figure out what to do. So it was decided that we were going to go spend the night at my in-laws' house. And while we were preparing to go do that, I was kind of thinking that maybe I would stay at home so that when the power came on, we would know and I could get everything set back up and, it'd be fine. So I got my wife and 4 of our youngest children set up, and they went over to her parents' house. Homestead Boy 1 and I stayed at our house, and when it became clear that the power was not coming back out, we got out our large generator and ran that, and he and I watched a movie and got some phones charged and set up some extension cords to refrigerators so that those were fine. And I think we went to bed, 10:30 or 11, hoping that the power would be on the next morning. Well, it wasn't, and it was down to 55 degrees. So at that point, I started thinking, okay, I should really see if I can find an electrician to come out and get the generator hooked up to our main power panel. We've had this generator for over 2 years, and I've never really found the need to use it. We've never lost power for that long. So, my brother-in-law knew an electrician who was coming out to his house. Actually, my brother-in-law hadn't lost power, but he was coming over there to do a job anyway. So I was hoping he'd be able to come over right after going to my brother-in-law's, which would put him over here in the morning. That didn't happen because he was called to an emergency electrician call. He did get over to our house late afternoon, and he wired our generator straight through the meter. He took the meter off, powered us through there, and we were back to good. Our generator ran the whole house, no problem. And that was one of the good things that came out of this was now we know that our generator will run the whole house and the barn without any problem, as long as we're not trying to run everything at the same time. If we were to try to run the well pump and the refrigerator and the barn refrigerator and the freezer and a toaster oven, it probably wouldn't work so well. But if we're smart with what we do, it'll run, the whole house. We don't really even have to turn off any of the breakers. We just, as long as not everything's running at one time, we're fine. So he got that done, and my wife and all the kids came back home. The house was comfortable. It was fine. Surprisingly enough, so that was Friday. Power came back on, of course, Friday night around 9 o'clock. The electrician lives probably 45 minutes away from here, and I wasn't going to pay for him to come out here and, on a Friday night. He was already planning on coming back out Saturday, so we just ran off the generator for Friday night, and it was fine. Which was another good thing that came out of this was I figured out how long our generator will run on one tank of gas. I filled it up at 9:30 Friday night, and it was still running at 1:30 Saturday afternoon when the electrician came out. So that's 14 hours, and it said, it was on empty, but who knows, it could have run for another hour. So that's good to know that the generator will run our whole house on one tank of gas for over 14 hours. So then we had power back, and we've had power ever since. There are still people without power. In fact, our co-op, the church that we go to for our co-op, currently does not still have power. So we may not be having co-op again tomorrow. Co-op was canceled on Thursday because they didn't have power, and it may be canceled again tomorrow. But that was kind of the timeline of how everything went down. I didn't feel like editing a video on generator power for some reason. So that's why the videos got pushed back a little bit. And normally I have a video or two already uploaded in the draft form so that I can just click on publish in case something happens and I'm not able to get a video up. But I'd used all those up because we had the baby, and I wasn't able to do a bunch of videos for that time. So that's why there was kind of a break in the videos, or I had uploaded a couple quick videos from my phone just to give you guys an update on what was going on. But that's what happened. We're currently in winter weather. It's supposed to warm up again starting Thursday, and I hope it stays warm because I'm really ready for some spring weather. So I'll see you guys in the comments.